Good morning, everyone. Am I audible to you? It's very new to me. Any institute having such kind of HR conclave. I have been to not much but one or two institutes over the 5 years. So giving presentation is also not very habitual to me. So excuse me if I go wrong. And this is the first time that I have seen that institute is specially taking an initiative and for knowledge sharing for HR on HR subject. And I thank management and especially Dr. Nirlekar for inviting me here. This kind of initiatives are really helpful for freshers like you all, where they know what are the exact practical impacts of functions outside this institutional walls. You know theoretical stuff here in the colleges. So calling HR guys from outside and having asked them to speak about the practical experience on different subjects of HR, it's really appreciable. The purpose of my today's subject, which is HR as a strategic business partner, is to make you aware of, you might be knowing a few stuff about that, but still to make you aware of what is traditional HR and what is strategic HR from my point of view and out of my experience. Can I have this? So my expectation from you all is, whenever you step out of this college world and go to the corporate world, you should think and see HR or any of your functions to add value from a traditional one. So we start the knowledge sharing session. It took me few days to prepare this presentation because I was thinking from your point of view that being a fresher, if I am a student of first or second year, how I would see this presentation, will I be able to understand this? So it took me a little while to prepare this presentation. So HR as a strategic business partner. So we start with going ahead. So we start with what is strategy. If you see the book's definition, that is a plan of action designed to achieve an organization common goal. Okay. If you ask me a practical definition, what I have practically learned is, it is a plan, it involves forecasting and planning for developing a product or services or business expansion related plans or resource management, or thinking about the cost effectiveness or productivity, or even deciding the profit margins or the revenues. Basic purpose of any strategy is to how should the company operate in minimum cost with the available resources. And what is strategic business partner is a department of an employee who is involved in a strategic decision or who is kept in loop in all the decision making. He can act as a strategic business partner. Now you know all these major HR activities in the companies, which are the standard activities. I'll not read all this out. So I'll give you an example of traditional HR and strategy HR for each one of these activities. Let's start with the recruitment selection. The recruitment in any traditional way is a response to a call or demand from the particular HOD or the organization. Then if you see a strategic HR where it has a proper planning, budgeting as per the business plan, and which is aligned to the talent acquisition. Performance management, which is a very general in even 40% of the companies, which is again respond to a completing performance appraisal in a specific cycle and to give an increment to all employees between a particular appraisal cycle. Where in strategic areas, appraisal is based on the budget allocated as per the business goals and business plans are planned. And performance appraisals are basically a merit based, which is a meritocracy to promote the meritocracy and to have a talent management and to maintain the talent management. And these activities are in line with the organization culture and it's not very generic one. Induction, these are in traditional way are just administrative job and maintaining the employee databases. When in strategy HR, you have an orientation which involves employee getting introduced to each and every department and their job functions, where he comes to know what are the different job functions and departments are there exist in the company, and how they are working with in line with the company goals. What is expected out of his and her role, the JD has been explained, his KRA, KPI has been explained, and he has been taught how this KPI and KRS will be measured and how you have to move forward to achieve this KRA and KPI. Training and development, which is an essential part in any organization today. In any HR department in traditional way, normally we respond to these activities as accidental activities, where somebody asks or demand for the training or somebody come across the training workshops or seminars, and then we probably recommend somebody for the training. Very in a strategic way, the training need analysis is properly done at the time of performance appraisal, taking business plan and business targets into consideration, and how we will have to manage the talent in respect to the company goals. And another thing is focusing on the improvements required for the particular grade and hierarchy, which has been decided in the business goals. Designing policies and processes, again these are as and when required, no proper thinking or purpose is being given behind that. In strategic way, the policies and processes are being prepared considering the business culture and the business growth plans. Compound ban, this is very new to the traditional HR. Nobody works on a compound ban in traditional HR. Where in strategic way, there are various scopes where the compensation and salary structures are being framed, looking at the competitive edge in the market, how employee can be satisfied with the proper employee structure and compensation structure. Strategical analysis are done to have a competitive edge over the other competitors in the industry. This is again a reactive kind of a situation in traditional HR where rewards and recognition has been given when somebody found that somebody has given, some employee has done a good job and they come to know accidentally. But here in strategy HR, there is a proper plan, policies and processes are devised where you can come to know which employee is supposed to, which group of employee or department is supposed to do what, and we are achieving that particular target, then they have been rewarded with monetary or non-monetary benefits. And that can be that is used as a retention tool. Going back again. What's that? Go back. Go back. Go back. These are very rare in traditional HR, and in strategic HR, this has been used as a retention tool, and this has been used as a performing measures for HR, whether they are performing good in terms of employee services or not. Payroll processing and compliance is a very typical personal kind of a job traditional HR used to do. Now in strategy HR, there are purposes, and now only from being a salary processing department, it has become a service center for employees, where they have to be with all the expectations of employees, not only making salary in time, but solving all the grievances which employees have in terms of their salary and related stuff and compliance and related stuff. This is what CV in today's area, that strategy is 5%, current acquisition is 25%, transaction is 30%, and administration 40%. This is going to change as per the future requirement of HR in transition period. That's all. Any question?